It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
And boom. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, goddammit, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guy on Chasing the Dream. I'm your host, Maniacal, Menace, Cosmin. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And today, oh, we out here. It is the battle of the churches today. Well, I got the blessed one on my side. She is out here. She does the due diligence of the poetry scene, and I love it. You man, put y'all hands together for Rarity.
Hello,
we got
hello.
claps. Boom, boom. There it is. There it is. Which way is the loudness of the claps? Is that low? Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. There we go.
I like that.
There we go. Now we bring it down. We're bringing it down. Oh man, how you been?
I have been good, you know. Life been lifing, of course.
Oh my God. Yeah,
But blessed, none other than.
It has been all over with the lifestyles. I've been it's been lovely. It's been up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when it comes, I'm just like, all right, this is a bit much. We can calm it down, right? You know, I don't need all of this at once.
Yeah.
It's like, let's dial it back a bit.
Precisely
You know?
my response.
It is a bit much. But I have been enjoying just learning to relax.
Yeah.
Learning to calm all of the noise down and get away from the bullshit, you know?
I suck at relaxing.
Yeah.
Very bad.
I'm difficult at it. I would like to take more naps, but you know, when the naps arise, I negate the naps and I'm like, fuck it, let me go do something that interactive.
Yeah.
You know, I need to be stimulated. And then I regret it. I regret not having the nap.
Yeah.
But yeah, how long have you been in poetry for?
Oh, you know, that question is always, I feel like, hard to answer, but it's not. Well, I started my freshman year in college.
Yeah.
Writing poetry. But then a little bit after college, I stopped for a minute, you know, because life really was doing some things. But then I picked back up on it about a few years ago, and I've been stuck ever since.
Yeah.
Much better poet than when I started.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm one of those people that usually you see somebody that has the potential to be. I don't know what it was like before you stepped away, but when you see it now, it's like you have a very commanding presence when you come to the stage, and the topics that you speak on, and just how your cadence of carrying your work, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's got it, you know. So, you know, I understand, you know, we take our baby steps before we get to where we're at. But what I see now is just like, oh yeah. Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Definitely. Where's your favorite place to write at?
Oh, it used to be the comforts of my bed,
Nice.
but now I don't know. College taught me that I like secluded glass rooms.
Oh.
I think that's what I'm on the hunt for now.
Yeah.
And I but that's because I don't venture out the way I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Since I moved back home. But I would like to find glass rooms that's outside of the library, even though I love the library. But my problem is if I get in the library, I'm going to read a book.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be... And I'm supposed to be writing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find, something calming, glass windows where I can see outside.
Not be distracted by inside.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
Like a place. I mean, this place has many of those places where you can kind of just sit somewhere in silence.
Yeah.
You know, but I've never, like, a place where I would like to write would be in a glass room area. You know, it's probably not the ideal place to write, but my place of writing is the shower. That's where I mean, it's not ideal just because it's very difficult to write things in a wet location. Yeah, it's like I can't pen and paper, or if I bring my phone in here, you know, and get the rice later, I don't want to fuck nothing up. Like, this moisture is getting all in the components and shit. So
Yeah.
I have my place. Where the best writing comes is in the shower, but usually where I prefer to write most is on the job when I'm supposed to be working.
I've been there.
Yeah, I can't help but to zone out and just I get me a piece of cardboard and my little pencil, and I just go to jotting shit down. And I get upset if I lose that cardboard by the end of the day. Like, it's got some important shit on there, and now some cleaner's gonna fucking pick it up and be like, what the fuck is this? And then toss it without any regards. That was some genius that is written on that trash right there, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That used to be me when I was in warehousing, finding random pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Because I thought of something that I don't want to forget,
You
and
gotta
I
get it
can't pull
down.
my phone out right
Yeah.
now. Oh man.
You got to get it down. Yeah, I'm one of those people. How do you deal with the feelings when you do lose something? When you don't have the opportunity to get that right moment down? Like, how do you deal with those feelings?
Honestly, as crazy as it sounds, it used to bother me if I did. But then I always tell myself that maybe I wasn't supposed to have it yet.
Ooh.
Because sometimes I have a habit of starting pieces because of, instead of just taking note,
Yeah.
I get excited about creating the title
Yeah.
before the piece is actually like put together and thought. So like when I lose notes, I feel like that's my little small punishment for jumping the gun. And it's like, okay, well, if you meant to have it, it's gonna come back to you. Because there's been a lot of things that came back, and then there was some that didn't. And you know, it's like I just chunk it up to the game. That's the game of poetry. Like, if you're supposed to write it, if you're supposed to say it, it's gonna come back to you.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
That's a comforting way of thinking about that, because like usually if I lose some shit all the time, every day, and I get upset, but something else comes in its place. But there's one thing that I remember that I think about that I lost. There was a piece that I wrote down, though I was like, oh, this is gold. Like once I get this is gonna change my life. And then I lost it. And I never wrote it down, never took a picture of it or anything like that. And I still think about that to this day. Like, I'm like, what was that and where was it going? Like, I kind of know the concept of what it was, but I can't recreate it again.
Well, maybe that's the piece. Maybe the piece is about the lost piece.
Oh.
Like, cause we write, a lot of poets, we write from experience. And like, you experience losing something that you thought was pure gold. Like, that in itself could be the piece. Like that piece could have been written so that you can write the piece about the effects of losing that piece. Like, I think a lot of people can connect to that, like with people, jobs, you know what I'm saying, like experiences. A lot of people have experiences they don't remember, but they remember the feeling.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy to say, because it's like, how do I remember how something made me feel?
Yeah. You can't remember what that...
I can't remember what it was.
Can't pinpoint the exact 100% of what it was.
Yeah.
That is a weird moment. Like, I do have that from time to time. Like, I know how that felt at that time, but I don't really know if the memory of what it was is exact, is 100% true. Yeah. Memory is so crazy, but the body, the emotions and the feelings of something is so, that's forever, because you know how that made you feel.
And honestly, another comparison could be, you know how sometimes you feel like you wrote your best piece, right?
Yeah.
So you write all of these other pieces in comparison to that piece sometimes. Like, some artists think like that subconsciously.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you were just supposed to remember the feeling versus what made you have that feeling. Yeah. So whenever you feel that feeling again, you know for a fact that this is a golden piece, because you remember how you felt knowing it was gold, and you remember even more how much you felt when you lost it.
Yeah. You're a very positive outlook on things. That is, oh my God! If my brain worked that way, I would be a much better person in life. I wouldn't be so chaotic. Oh my God!
Yeah.
The way you easily just was able to, no. You just, if you think about it like this, and then it was like, oh shit, that would make life so much easier if I thought that way. You know, it makes me scared, but it makes me want to ask what sign are you?
My sign?
Yeah.
Cancer. Birthday next Sunday.
Oh, okay. I don't know enough about astrology besides the names to understand what that means, but I know it's something to the people that are watching. They were like, oh, exactly. That's exactly why she's like that, Kyle. That's exactly why she's like that. I won't ever get it. I would have to look it up a little more, but
It's just, life
it
taught
makes
me.
sense to ask.
It's like Drake said, sometimes life forces you to calm down.
Yes.
Like, literally.
Definitely.
And you get to process things properly. And you just, you create that mental sheet of, does the good outweigh the bad? And if the bad does outweigh, what role did you play in it, and what could you have done differently?
Oh.
Like, because at the end of the day, we could sit here and point 5,000 fingers at somebody else did it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But the thing, unfortunately, we can't control people.
Yeah.
Even if they do what you say, it's not because you controlled them. It's because they wanted to do what you said.
Yeah.
Like, like a lot of people don't think like that. You think, oh, they're going to do what I say because I have that kind of power. Not necessarily. Because life is all about choices.
Right.
Like, there was this movie where it was two people at a bridge and it was like, who would you save? And it's like, either you can choose to die or you can save somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when you say, oh, okay, so you wanted me to die? Yeah, that would have been a choice. It's still a choice. Life is still about choices. You may not like the options that you have, but life is all about choices. And you can't control people, but you can control how you were in that situation and how that scenario, so that way you'll be better the next time. You can only, if people focus more on the role that they played, then they'll see that you'll get much better comfort out of, I did everything I was supposed to do, than they did everything they were supposed to do.
That's a way of thinking of things. 'Cause I mean, for you to actually break it down like that, it's like, I would prefer to think like that instead. Just because in my head, I'm like, no, I'm always thinking of the negative first, and then maybe that thought will come later on down the line. It's like, oh, I probably should have. Hopefully it comes before I act, basically.
Yeah?
I try to get to that deduction before I do something crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a lot better. I probably should have went this route first. And yours immediately goes to the neutralize all this, and boom, let's put ourselves in a happier mood. That's a better feeling. Speaking of feelings, how often or how do you know when you've come to a piece? How do you know when you finished the piece? How do you know when that piece is complete?
It's never complete.
It's never complete. Yes.
It's never complete. You're always, this is probably going to be the craziest thing I say as a poet, but there is no poem that's complete.
Oh, well, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. There's categories, especially because I've talked to so many people that there's the people that have your side of it, that have your take of it, like, yeah, he ain't never done.
This is a question I've always wanted to start asking people that I might start doing this year. Ask how many spoken word artists, not poets. If a poet is also a spoken word artist and have a book, tell them without the book being in play, how many of your poems have a period at the end? I'm
starting to get better with punctuation now. Most of my shit just be like run-on sentences, but as I do end things, I do like to end things with like, oh, this is the end, boom, exclamation, period or dot, etc. You know, like it might continue to something else. But yeah, not that often am I putting
A period.
Yeah. Now there's also some times where I got a whole bunch of shit written under that poem. So I'm like, we could also go this route.
See?
Yeah. It ain't never a complete situation when it comes to me writing. I'm like, there's always something that could be added more to this that I would want, but I do get overzealous sometimes when I do write, and I'm like, this is too much. How you know when there's too much in a poem? How you know when it's time to take some things out?
I don't know, because I think in all the poetry I've ever seen, including with myself, it is very rare that you see a poet do the poem the exact same time every time. They may have changed one word, they may have changed the tone, they may have took out a sentence, and they probably never put this on paper, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, if you ever see a poet, your favorite poet perform your favorite piece, you've probably seen them do it 5 different ways, whether you notice it or not. That's why I say a poem's never really complete, because if it's complete, then you would do the poem the exact same way that you wrote it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would never change the and to a but, or you never change the then to that, ever. It will always be said the exact same way every single time. That's very rare that you see that. But that's because energies change. You know, the what you meant when you wrote it that time may not be how you mean it this time. Like, that's what I mean when I say a poem is never really ever complete. It may be complete for that season, but it's not complete in general.
Yeah.
Like 50 years from when I wrote Old Me Chronicles, it might hit me a whole lot harder, and I might spit it a whole lot differently than when I first had it.
Definitely. Yeah. I approach the stage with a comedian mindset, a comic mindset, just understanding that depending on the vibe of the room, because I do read the crowd, depending on that, it depends on possibly what I might do if I do decide to change something up. And it also is going to depict how I deliver that said poem or what I might do at that moment. Just for feeding it off the energy from the crowd. Just because I understand, like, certain things I can do, certain things is not going to go well. Do you like slams? Yeah. All right.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Oh, okay.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Why?
Before I moved back to Houston, I was pretty against slams, just because I just felt like it was just so biased, and I think it's because the slams that I saw.
Yeah.
The people, in that sense, I would have rather it have been random people in the audience.
Yes.
Than this, because the only slams I saw prior to moving back to Houston was so-called professionals that were doing the judging. I'm talking about
professionals doing the judging.
Yeah, so it was usually at colleges, I guess you could say, sometimes, not all the time, but usually at colleges. You know, you go get the professor from the literature department, or you got the random, forensic scientist study for whatever. I don't know. And this is nothing against their professions, because those are actually pretty dope. But I'm saying, you chose random professionals because they were professionals.
Oh,
and it's like,
they don't do poetry. They just do professional in their field.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Like,
okay.
There's a big difference between you sitting down and listening to Shakespeare. Yeah. And you sitting down and listening to Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you can't. You gotta, and then they had these score sheets of creativity, and it was like, okay, all right, like, and you know them poems that where you dealing with like a heavy spitter, like if you don't catch it, it might miss you. You
might miss it. Yes.
You could. I hate when you could tell the judges missed it. And it's about to affect the score. Yeah. And then when you get to the winner, it's like,
there goes the biasness of it. It is understandable. I myself, I wouldn't say I'm against slams, but I don't care for them. I also don't care to compete in things, but also it's just for the fact that, like, it's never it's biased. Like, it's never gonna be one thing every night. It's never gonna be, everybody's like. The audience can be swayed by that person or what of that random that assumes what poetry is supposed to be, and that right there is going to sway the entire night, because if somebody comes up that does something different that they don't assume, I don't assume this is poetry, so boom, I'm going to give them these scores. And I've seen that shit happen often, to where people are just like, it's not what I like, so boom, we have this 3. It's like, what?
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
Slam, but what Houston taught me about slams is the yes part of it is because, one, for artists, it provides us a discipline, especially when you gotta fit inside of a certain time criteria, right?
Yeah.
So like the standard is, 3 minutes, 10-second grace period. On average, that's about as much time as you have to keep an audience attention, whether you slam it or not.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
After 3 minutes, you barely got the 10 seconds. You better get to the point.
Unless the story piece is a 5-minute piece, it's too much.
Because you're already going to hear 15 to 20 poets.
Yeah.
You wrap it up. Now, if it's like a one-man show or something like that,
right,
that's different.
That's understandable.
But like, yeah.
I don't need all this time spent with you to spit words. And me, with my mindset, I totally understand that. And I can't stand when my shit is just overbearing with just like, I'm doing too much in here. Like, I gotta take some of this shit out just because it's too long for no reason. Yeah. It's nice that you know all these words count, but why? Why you gotta put them all in there? They don't need to fit all in there, save it for some other shit. Yeah. And I'm like, that makes more sense. Yeah, but also I have that child abandonment type of issue to where I'm like, these my babies though. I don't want to get rid of them.
We got to split them up. Same house, different room.
Solutions. She has solutions.
Just split
for
them up.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it's
You got to split them up. That, like, slams, as annoyed as I be by sometimes who's selected for judges, honestly, slams really teach you that's how the world is.
Yeah.
It's random people that don't know nothing about nothing, but because that beat was fire, the beat fire. Okay, we don't even care what you're saying. We gonna bump it. It gets the people going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the same thing with poetry. You got some fans that like poems because of that one line, that one bar. They ain't hear nothing else. That was said in the poem. That one bar was the boom that they needed. That's life. That's what slams are like.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a bunch of random people who have no business critiquing your work, but that's how celebrities become celebrities.
I don't like it.
It's by random. It's the world.
Remember that one line you said a long time ago?
Yeah.
I still remember that, nigga. That was cold. I'm your fan forever.
That's why some of your favorite artists, some of their greatest works, don't even have the popular, like Brent Faiyaz. Not a lot of people talk about Sonder. You gotta know to know. Like,
right.
You gotta know to know. Like, but that's one of his greatest, like, yeah.
Huh.
It's that's how I treat slams. It's like, okay, what is it gonna be today? And a lot of the time, in this unpopular opinion, the slam is not really telling you who the best poet is.
Exactly. Oh my God. You see, and we had this discussion because just recently they had the Kings of the Mic, the Kings of Houston or whatever, Kings of Houston Poetry and shit, and their selective of people that they picked on the show were the people that they thought were the kings of the city, and they needed to be honored. Did you remember that the little mic thing?
Yeah, I didn't go. I heard about it.
Right. So the people that they picked, and I heard that they had a situation at the end where people motherfuckers was like, oh, these are the people that you picked, and because they had a criteria, they had a list of criteria that for you to be this person as a poet in Houston, you needed to do this, and this, and it was like one of them was be a nationally ranked poet or something like that on the Poet Slam team. And I'm like, but what if you don't like slams like that? What if you can't? Can you not just be ranked any other way? And you had to do this, and you had to do some other shit, be a part of the community or whatnot. And the people that they had on there, cool, they're all great. But some of the people that they didn't have on there was like, well, why didn't you get picked? Like, if that was the case, why didn't you get picked? And like, if you meet these criteria, then you are nice. I've talked to you before. I know you. Why you wasn't on there? I've talked to many of these people before that I know. But the person that was picking, I've never heard of.
Yeah, I don't know who all was picked. I did see some people. The people that I did see, I feel like there. I also saw that there weren't some people, and that kind of surprised me because it's like.
Very much so.
Okay. Yeah, see, you kind of left a few people off Bad and Bougie. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. But you know, at the same time, if that's the criteria, then that's it says several people don't miss the first thing that you said. Which is being like nationally ranked. And that's true. Some people don't slam. Like,
right.
I do not think that a slam determines who's the best, but I will always respect slams and people who have slam and become nationally ranked because they literally had to enter the lion's den.
Yeah.
You don't know how this gonna go. Like, it's different when you just performing. You know, if somebody like it, don't like it, cool.
Right.
But to get on a stage and compete for your craft, it's like, it's a double-headed sword. But I respect it because that's a hard place to be in. I get nervous slamming.
Yeah.
But I like the pressure that it puts on me. Like, I like how it forces me to be disciplined. Like, it forces me to follow the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing for the poets that's trying to do this for the rest of their life at a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Because now that you have, it makes you more well-rounded. So now, when you sitting at the round table with, you know, the big dogs, you can say, well, I done been through this, and I done faced that, and I done had this, and I done had that. You know, they can't tell you nothing. And Slam's gonna put you in that position every time. You could have went up there and did your, best piece. And you may find out it mattered, or you may find out it didn't matter at all.
That'll give you that feeling.
It's like, a gamble.
You thought you had something, huh?
But it shouldn't break you as a poet. It should never, whether you win or lose, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be the end all be all. It should either, you should want to be better regardless of the results. Whether you won or didn't win, you could always be better.
Yeah, I myself, I don't care to want to always have to challenge my peers and whatnot. I just want it to be known as, oh, if we're on stage and, you know, other people in the room be like, oh, hey, that was nice. Yeah. Like, I like to be like, hey, I got a few more nices than you did today. You know, that's my extent of the competition when it comes to, you know, battling my peers and all that. But most of the times I don't care because I know I'm different. And I'm like, well, not everybody's going to care for what I'm doing because it ain't going to be what they're doing. And it will never be what they're doing because I don't care to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because it's always, I'm not a sad person. I could do sad shit. Yeah. But, you know, that's usually what takes the rule in a slam to me is that, oh, this person's really in tune with their feelings. Now I'm going to talk about some silly shit. Talk about some silly shit and hopefully you get on board, you know? That's what I'm about to hear. That's what I'm here for. And the silly shit usually takes over because people are not prepared for it. Yeah. I went to an Austin slam and I went through it and people were like, man, what the fuck is happening right now? And I was like, oh, this is what this is what I'm doing down in Houston. So if you ain't get on board, now, you know, for the first time doing a slam out there and I put money and I came in second place. The only reason I came in second place is because I went over time with my last poem, which I shouldn't have did. I should have just stuck to my guns. But oh boy, I could have won it all.
That's just a tough place to be in,
that random guy that was like, who the fuck is this guy? And he was like, some people knew me, some people didn't. I was like, it's crazy when you get that notification from the internet. I'm like, I seen you on the internet before. I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. I know what you do. I'm like, oh shit. it's a wicked feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
And I usually have fun in slam. Like, I don't know. I think it's because I've always slammed against our peers.
yeah.
But I'm not like you'll much better get competitiveness with a bowling alley for me than in a slam, because, and this not to say that I'm like lower than, but like for instance, July 14th, I'm
Yeah.
going to get some big dogs.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm going, okay, you know what? This probably could go a number of ways.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, these people, you know, that I refer to them as big dogs, they refer to me as such too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm humble in the aspect of knowing where I'm at. I think people don't know how to address where they're at. It's okay to say, okay, they probably gonna get me in this right. It's not me saying that I'm not good enough. That's me saying where I'm at right now,
Yeah.
and where I know they coming with.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like they probably gone, and that's okay
There's a
because
little
I sit
self-doubt
back
in there. There's a
and
little self-doubt. That's
it's
it.
not. It's. I know I'm capable of surprising myself.
Yes.
I've done it before,
Yeah.
but I'm also
This
like.
talk surprises me. Yeah, I put you in the top category already, so I was just
But
like,
but people put me there, but I'm still like a humble person. Like,
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of self-doubt, but I used to confuse that with acknowledging where I'm at right now
Yeah.
mentally. You know what I'm saying? And when I already know the pieces that's probably gonna drop my way,
Yeah.
and I know what I'm about to drop,
yeah.
that there's only one determining factor, and that's how I execute the piece. Like, you know what I'm saying? And for me, where I'm at mentally, that solely depends on what happens that day.
Now, I'll do what you said just now. Can you wanna like express that a bit? The pieces that's gonna drop on you,
The pieces, so you know, like
the downloads that you're gonna get.
the pieces, like when you know what other poets are bound to spit,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, 9 times out of 10 they gonna spit this, and this,
Yeah.
right? If my top 5 is this, and this, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, you start like building this diagram of like, okay, this could go a number of ways.
Yeah.
And it's not me telling myself I'll probably lose. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it's solely gonna determine on how I execute it. Like, you know, and even then you have to be able to sit. I have lost rounds, like in the first round, and I was able to sit back and say that was the best I could do, really. That was the best. It was what it was. That was the best I could do. I couldn't have done nothing better than what I did in that moment. And that's where the satisfaction comes from, where you could just be like, okay, so next time we got to figure out how to up the scale.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do. I don't sit and say, oh, they this and they that. No, because if you know, sometimes I could be at 100% right now, and on the day of the slam, I'm like, okay, mentally I'm at a 55%. Like, even if I give you my best, it may not be good enough because I know what I'm about to be up against, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm not trying to have any self-doubt. Now, I know who I am, and I know who I'm bound to be, but I'm also humble enough to recognize where I'm at right now as far as my discipline and how I execute things and how I write enough to say, okay, there's a chance on chance that I could lose, I could win. Or I could really surprise myself and go up there and do something that didn't exactly cross my mind before I did it.
You know, honestly, your honesty has got me a little excited to like, you know, maybe even think about doing some slams.
I'm telling, make the slam about you. Like, really, you. I want to say it was Chief E. Kenner that said you really slamming against yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you really slamming against yourself. You are your biggest competition, and when you keep that mindset, it really doesn't matter how it plays out, as long as you're able to say, I did everything I could. Because there ain't no worse feeling than losing, and you know you could have did better than what you did. That's the worst. That's one of the worst feelings in the world. Because it's like, bro, I could have got more points than that had I da.
Right.
But a lot of people, they overthink.
Yeah.
They had the piece, then they got up there, and they either dropped it. They had to improvise. Some people professional enough to improvise on the spot. Because don't nobody know the poem, but you like, we know the poem. We know poets.
Yeah.
We know when you...
Right.
And
You don't always say that.
It's like,
you messed up.
It's like a secret, like a hidden secret
Yeah, behind the
talent.
scenes.
Like, unless you're a poet, you don't know.
Yeah.
We know
Inside
that you dropped
baseball.
the piece, but don't nobody else. We will never tell. I think it's impressive when I know someone dropped a piece and
Yeah,
they quickly
and then-
improvise.
yeah.
That makes me want to give them a standing ovation because some people can't do that.
No.
Some people can't do it.
Yeah, and it scares me because that feeling. Boy, when you stumble or drop a piece,
Man.
and then you like, let me start over. I was like,
You gotta start over. Some people can't start over. They gotta walk. I didn't walk off before.
Shit.
Like I done started over.
I see people ask for their phone. Give my phone. Give my phone. I'ma just read it. I'm like, ooh.
So to improvise, when I knew I was able to improvise on the spot like I did in college, I used to have to improvise on the spot because my mind is in 500 places
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
And so improvising on the spot, that is not an easy task.
No.
And to pull it off too, that's not easy.
Yeah, to be able to pull it off, I don't mind it because me having a comic background is cool. But you would think that would be a lot easier for me. It's easier to go ahead and throw just like random rebuttals in the middle of what my poetry is. But if I stumble on some poetry, because in my head, I want verbatim when it comes to doing poetry. Like when it comes to jokes, I could just go ahead and boom. These jokes always have a random path every time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my poetry, I want verbatim, but it's never gonna be the same feeling every time.
Yeah.
But I have it in my head to where I've been saying this for so long. If it isn't said like this, if this word isn't said, or if I miss this line, if I think about it too hard, I'ma fuck up.
Yeah.
And I've reversed lines before to where it's like this don't make sense to me. It's gonna get me by because I need this cadence.
Yep.
You know?
Done
And
that.
so I've done that. I've dropped lines before to where it's like, nigga, you know you're supposed to say this here, and I run through it, and that's the only thing. The shit was fire. The shit was great. But the only thing that I think about at that time after the fact is that one thing that I dropped, and I'm like, damn, motherfucker, it eats me up until the next time I get on stage. It be that bullshit. And do you have any words of wisdom for that?
Cause I've been there.
Yes.
I done had to remake. Honestly, I would say, and this is another thing that's on my list of things to get better at. Try to record all your performances. Try to get somebody to record it. And then before you go to bed, or really before you go to sleep, it's better when you're laying in bed, relax. And look at your performance. Okay, and see what worked. Cause sometimes I switched the bars once I was on stage.
Yeah.
Just because it sounded better. Like, okay. So it's
I know what that feeling is
and
like.
I did a piece where I did so many switches in the piece. It's like unless somebody recorded it, how am I gonna go back and update the piece if I don't have a copy of what I did? So I'm trying to do. It don't matter where you go. I don't care if you in a room and only 3 people showed up. One of them 3 people gonna hold that phone, and they gonna record that piece, because
just got get it out of the way and get them feelings out there.
Record it, and man, I got a few pieces I haven't even exposed to the world. Like only a few people know about it, and they on my ass right now as we speak. Chelsea, you better get them.
I know. I got a few things.
They be like, I done seen you done been doing all this, but I ain't heard nothing. And I'm like, give me a second.
I need to stop being vulnerable, and I'm gonna get there. But just let me sit with my feelings for a little bit. Because I got some shit to where I'm like, well, this ain't that good, but just for the upload, and because it's good enough for people to be like, hey man, they out there doing something. Yeah. I got a lot of those to where I was like, oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I'm in prep mode. Like I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen.
Good. Yeah.
I went through the seasoning cabinets. The meat is clean. It's seasoned. I'm just not ready to cook yet. I ain't got a cook mode yet. I ain't cut on the stove. The pot's not there yet. But I know what I'm gonna cook. Just give me a minute.
Menu's here. I just
just give me a minute to cut the stove on. Give me a second. Okay, just
water me the ball first.
Because I know I'm in that phase where it could get deeper. Like that's really the theme of where I'm at right now. It could get deeper. It could get deeper. Like stop surface level. Like give these people the full authenticity. Give them the transparency. It don't matter if you think it sounds crazy. Is that the poem?
Is it could get deeper.
It could get deeper. Like a lot of my pieces, I feel like I'm surface level. I'm trying to sugarcoat it, as you may say.
I've jumped back into some shit and gotten deeper. I understand what
we
you're
don't need to
talking about.
sugarcoat. Lay it out flat because what's happening around us in the world today, it ain't sugarcoated. It's coming at us raw.
Sure is. They done took the condom off and was like, here, take all this.
It's coming at us raw and undiagnosed. We don't know.
Unfiltered, yeah. It's like, well, fuck your feelings. Look, this is what's gonna happen, and this is how we gonna do it. Yeah. Blatantly in front of your face.
Yeah.
Ha ha. And it's like, oh shit.
Like, start
and
the
ha ha'd me afterwards.
I woke up. I was staring at the ceiling. I could smell the breakfast cooking, but I didn't have an appetite. And I don't feel like getting up. Right the point, I guarantee you, 16 people gonna relate by the first 3 parts. Yeah. They gonna be like, damn, that was me this morning. Yeah. I didn't want to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
They was in the kitchen cooking.
Oh, that's an everyday feel. That's an everyday thought process right there.
That's a people gonna be like, oh, she finna cook. They don't know. The fact you started like that, they already know this finna go left field in 10, 9, 8, 7.
Boom, feelings is about to get down, about to get uploaded.
You
Boom,
know, they already know. They already know. They see you cooking. They see you cooking.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I know you're on a time crunch, so this has been amazing. Fucking great time. But all right, so before we get out of here, I'd like to go ahead and play a game of choices just to break up the monotony of things. Okay. So we got a game of choices. You got 4 choices and 4 options. Okay. All right. You got to beat one. You got to raise one. You got to sell one. You got to have relations with the other one. And your options are a mermaid, a Mogwai, a Mexican, and a manatee.
Wait, what's the second one?
Mogwai. Now I'm gonna show you what a Mogwai is. I got you.
And what's my choice? I gotta marry
you gotta be one. You gotta be one of them, raise one of them, sell one of them, and have relations with the other. A mermaid Mogwai. I'm gonna show you what a Mogwai is. Mexican, and then a manatee. Gizmo. Have you ever seen Gremlins? You remember Gizmo from Gremlins? That's a Mogwai. I should put the picture up whenever I show people this. They never get to the end, but still.
Well, I'll probably raise that.
Okay, all right. You're going to raise the Mogwai. All right, cool.
A manatee.
You want to see what a manatee is? You know what a manatee is?
It's like I can't remember.
Okay,
I
I'll
ain't
show you
heard
a
that word
picture.
since I was
know.
in high school.
Exactly, because they were in danger. And you know, it's probably part of the wildlife.
Is it a sea creature?
Yeah, little sea cows.
Is kill an option? I
don't. No. You can sell.
Yeah, sell that. We selling that for sure. We selling. Cause what the hell I'm gonna do with that? What am I gonna do with that?
Nothing at all.
If my friend come in my crib and see a huge tank, they gonna have a whole lot of questions as to why is that in my tank.
Why?
And I'm be like, well, I was actually playing a game that I couldn't refuse. What you want me to do? We gotta sell it.
You gotta sell it. Definitely. If it's on your
like a full movie of Hangover.
You could probably get a lot of money for it on the black market. So, boom, we're winning regardless. Yeah, you're gonna raise a Mogwai, and you could probably get money for raising Mogwais, and then you're gonna sell the manatee. Okay, so you gotta be one, and then you gotta relationship with another one. So it's mermaid and a Mexican.
I don't know if I'd be more frustrated with having to live underwater most of the time. But I feel like I could marry a Mexican, but I don't know if I could marry a mermaid. But then again, I don't want to be with a mermaid either.
Well, you can be the mermaid.
No, I don't want to be the mermaid. I don't want to see. That's why I don't want to do. But then if I'm the mermaid, then the Mexican got to marry a mermaid. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Well, Jason Momoa's a mermaid, or Haley Bailey, she's a mermaid.
In the movie. If he was Aquaman for real, I would gladly.
Yeah, you can do whatever type of fantasy you want. You can definitely have that.
I mean, at least I had. They can't call me lazy because I don't have no legs. Okay. I'll be the mermaid because a few Mexicans I thought of when you said that. I would gladly. You hear me? I sure would.
That's a perfect way to.
Yeah, I'll be the mermaid. Okay. But they better get in that water. They better not swim. I can't be doing the only one business.
I'm pretty sure if they're Mexican, they can swim.
They better come. They better know how to swim or something.
Oh, good times. Yes. Oh, that works. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Well, Rarity, before we get out of here, let everybody know. My cheeks hurt, right? That was stupid. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me at talkthattalk_rarity. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Follow me. See what's going on.
Hell yeah. Well, y'all know what this is. This has been Tell Me a Joke. The guideline of Chasing the Dream. I've been your host, Maniacal. Menace, Cosby. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And until next time, keep dreaming, Joker. Woohoo! Boom.